Okay, episode 2, Zen, or The Skill to Catch a Killer. Every episode we've done so far has been 10 out of 10. This one's 11 out of 10. Written by Mark Frost, David Lynch. This is directed by David Lynch. And it starts off pretty Lynch. Super long, quiet take of the whole Horn family. First time we've seen them all together, eating dinner, until the door in the background opens up, cut in, it's Jerry. Detroit's own David Patrick Kelly. Warriors. And we find out that the brothers are Ben and Jerry. And if you didn't already know, by Harry S. Truman, a lot of people have some goofy names. This is the infamous bread eating scene where they talk with the rest of the girls it's amazing. If you think I don't have coffee, donuts, and cherry pies, you're out of your mind, because this is a ritual we're doing here. Don't you forget it. So the brothers, not Ween, Ben and Jerry, go up north, which gives some clues. They're going to One-Eyed Jack's to see the new girl, freshly scented from the perfume counter, and that's Connie Woods. Holy moly, what a performance. It's the only time we get to see her, which is a bummer. But she stands in that door so nervous, kills it. We just saw her in the wonderful Night of the Living Babes. Check that out. She's in every single frame. But here's the deal. We already know Ronette Polanski is worked at the perfume counter at Horn's department store. So Lynch just dropped a little bit of seatage. So they go up there. It's all fun and games. But now we come back, and this is the Tibet episode. Came to him from a dream. Brilliant filmmaking on Lynch's part. They are throwing rocks at the nervous about meeting Jay tonight. And it's pretty cool because this is a very, especially if you're new to this is a huge story, possibly to a new brain, and convoluted, like, whoa, there's so much. And so they say everybody's name, their relation to Laura. Lynch shows them on screen when they throw a rock. We do it through 6 or 7 people. The rock, it hits Leo Johnson. This is kind of a Leo episode. We do see him go meet Mike and Bobby in the woods for the cocaine football. He's got a secret man behind there. They talk about cheating a lot. They actually both kind of toss something their way. Leo's like, my wife, Shelly Johnson, the hottest woman on earth, is cheating on me. And then we know that's the guy who's Bobby Briggs, is who she's cheating with. And when Leo says Laura was a wild girl, he says, tell me about it. And he goes, maybe someday. Oh! So they both have something on each other, unbeknownst to either one of them. The Tibetan thing was crazy in the 90s. A year after this, the Beastie Boys were doing Free Tibet, so every alternative weirdo kid was all about Tibet. Albert arrives. He's very mean to Harry S. Truman. We get our first thumbs up after Harry sticks up for himself. You're going to get a lot of those in this series. But before that, Coop is warning Harry that Albert lacks in some of the social niceties. He goes, nobody's perfect. And Coop goes, isn't that the truth? Huh? And honks his nose. It's literally one of my favorite things in the entire series. It was in my Twin Peaks supercut that got struck down and actually got me more than a copyright strike. It actually got me a actual trouble from YouTube. It's still on Twitter. Jack Nance passes a secret ledger key to Josie in the background just to add another, like, what the hell? Then Leland Palmer jazz dances with his daughter's senior picture. He freaks out, he breaks it, he smears blood all over his daughter's senior picture. Laura Palmer smacks that needle off the record. What is going on in this house? And then 40 minutes in, we only have like 8 minutes left. We go to the Red Room for the first time ever. So beautiful. If you watched the international pilot, you've already seen this. But we're talking about America. The arms there, Laura's there. You know she was hired just to play a dead body. And then they did the flashback of the mountain scene with her dancing. And now she's doing this, and she just been, thank God, because she's such a great actor. But she's talking backwards. The arm's talking backwards. That gum you like is going to come back into style. Coop is talking forward because he's not really in the lodge. He's dreaming of the lodge. They're backwards. He's forward. We get a little dance. Oh, speaking of dance, we actually had Audrey go to the Double R, play her own song, which is called Audrey's Dance, and then dance. Kind of meta, but that was earlier. Oh, and Ed, you big lug, drops grease on the cotton balls, making finally silent drape runners. Now, this was the first thing I ever saw in my entire life about Twin Peaks. I must have had to poop because in the homestead we would just pee in the sink. So I was going upstairs to go to the bathroom, and I would have been in 9th grade, and I was walking upstairs, and my mom goes, Jace! So I don't know how much I missed because it was happening. Jace, come here. And so I walked over to the sunroom, act sober. And I stood in the doorway, and usually I would just answer my mom and Craig and bounce. Or if they're like, want to show me something, I'll be like, oh, that's cool, and bounce. And I stood in that doorway, either baked and or robo-tripping, because the DM was all the rage in 9th grade. And I'm sitting there, and I stood there until credits. I was blown away. I was like, what the hell? It ended. I'm like, what the hell's that? My mom's an artist. She's like, it's a new show. Pretty crazy. One of my favorite episodes of all time. I talked as fast as I could. Do you think that works? Jeez Louise. Oh, I'm also still me again. But that's okay because it's Red Room Day.